normally in previous video we have seen what is a physical layer, how it will be established. After establishing what are the requirements we have to implement in a physical layer, let me see that what is it. So first one is a physical characteristics of the interface and media. So we have to give the media to transfer the data from source to destination. Whatever it is from source to destination, whenever we transmitting the data or the signal, we have to give the medium to access the particular input or a signal. So first we have the requirements as a media. So next one is representation of bits. Whatever it is, whatever the data, it must be a zeros and ones. It will be converted as a signals and zeros and ones to transmit the source to the destination. So next one is representation of bits. That is, what are the information we are giving, that will be converted as a bits, zeros and ones. Then data rate. Data rate means we have to control the data. That is, when it transmitted into the bitwise zeros and ones, it will control in a source or a destination. So here we have to regulate the data. We have to control the speed of the data or the rate of a data. Whenever we transmit the data from source to destination, we have to control the speed and rate of a particular data. That's why it will control the traffic jam. That is, in a congestion it will be occur. So we can avoid the congestion by controlling the rate of a data. Okay. So after that, bit synchronizations. So when we are transferring the data in a bitwise, we have to synchronize the previous data in a particular present data transmission. So the bitwise synchronization is the next requirements of the physical layer. So next one is configuration. So we have to configure based on the devices, based on a medium access, we have to configure our devices to transfer the data from source to the destinations. So after that, physical topologies. The topologies is maybe varying the many types. Star topology, okay, bus topology, ring topology. So it's having many types. So we have to decide in a physical topologies to transfer the data from source to the destination. Then transmission media. After deciding our topologies, we have to transfer the data from source to the destination through the transmission media. That may be anything. This transmit media, we have to decide whatever it is to transfer the data from source to the destination. Then signal transformation. So the source data is transferred as a signal to the destination through the cable. Okay. So in a physical layer, what are the types of cable we have to require? Then what are the structures we have to build? It's called as a topologies. After that, what are the bit type? Then bit rate. All the things, configuration. These are all we have to decide to transfer the data from source to the destination. Okay. So after that, it may be many type of topologies: star topologies, ring topology, bus topology. Based on this connection, it is a structure to transfer the data from source to the destination. If you are taking any phone call, first we have to send the signals into the source to the destination. We have to transfer the signals. Then destination to source, it will transfer the response signal. So first we have to send the request, then it will send the response. From request to response, that is from source to destination. When we are transferring the data, that time first we have to establish the connections between the source and destination. After establishing, it will checking the fundamental requirements. If the requirements are satisfied or fulfilled, then it transfer the data to the transmission medium from source to the destination. The transmission medium is maybe mostly in a wireless, means it will be air which will be transferred, or it will through the cable. We can, as a signal, we can transfer the data from source to the destination. Okay, so it's a basic requirements of a physical layer. The physical layer is a first layer of a 7 layers. So it's a very important. It's the first layer. So first it will establish the connection. After that, it will satisfy the requirements. So for that, we have to give the bit rate, bit type, everything we have to install. After that, establishing the connection between the source and destination. So nowadays, networks without network, we can't do anything. So network is the very important thing in our life. Okay. Let me see the next video. Thank you.